Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on YouTube. Go to the website for YouTube, Community Policing. And Jewish Chicago is coming out February 27th, so there ain't a lot of time left, folks. And we'll have full judicial coverage. And speaking of full judicial coverage, we're bringing you judges here, there, and everywhere. It is a pleasure to introduce you to a candidate for the Circuit Court of Cook County, presently a sitting judge, Judge Alfred Swanson. How are you?
I'm fine, Avi. Nice to be here again.
First of all, thank you. It's my pleasure. And why don't you give us a little bit about your background?
How far back do you want me to go? My first
1623.
Not quite. I'm not as old as you are.
Okay.
My first career, I was a reporter for NBC Radio here in Chicago, for CBS before that. Worked my way through high school and college in broadcasting. Went to law school nights while I worked for NBC. Left there, became an assistant attorney general for 3 years in consumer fraud and the charitable trust division. Then I went into private practice for 25 more years in private practice. Doing various kinds of civil litigation before I was appointed to the Circuit Court of Cook County in October of 2010. And since March of 2011, I've been assigned to the Chancery Division, where I hear mortgage foreclosure cases every day.
Well, I'll tell you, you need somebody good over there because it's a sad situation in this country right now.
It is, but you know what I really enjoy the most about that call is relating to homeowners who come in facing foreclosure. You know, the American dream is to have a house, right?
Yeah.
So that's been the case since World War II. But homeowners come in not represented by lawyers. This is their right. And what is really important to me is to take the time, and I listen to them, and explain the process to them. And I can see the fear on their faces when they come before me. And to have them step away from the bench with that signs of fear and tension eased, that means a lot. Now, foreclosures is a little bit different than law because it's one place where a judgment is not a final order. The final order in a foreclosure case is when the judicial sale has taken place and we confirm the judicial sale and set a possession date. And what has really made, I want to read an excerpt of a letter
Please.
I received. After I had confirmed judicial sale for a woman, about a month later, after the case was finally concluded, she wrote to me, she said, "Dear Judge Swanson, this week was the second time in your courtroom. Both times I observed your sensitivity toward the homeowners, including myself. I just wanted to thank you for your compassion in a very difficult situation." Now, I will tell you, that letter did not make my day, it made my week.
Wow.
Because I had just a few weeks before signed the possession order, set a possession date when she had to be out of her house.
Yeah.
And she wrote that letter to me.
That's a very, well, first of all, it's a good reflection on you, and it's a very classy thing of her to do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it is. And I've heard that, I've gotten that same type of feedback back from others. But foreclosures is a challenging court call. It's a high volume, of course, although the volume of pending cases has dropped in the last little more than a year. From residential and commercial, 81,000 pending in Cook County. Now, our latest statistics as of the end of December, we're down about 59,000 pending residential and commercial foreclosures
Wow.
in Cook County. So that's good, and we're still busy.
Yeah, no, 59,000 cases to go. I hope you're busy.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. And 10 of us with foreclosure calendars, because I've got about 5,500 cases on my docket assigned to me.
Wow. And how long does it take you to go through that many cases?
It depends. Foreclosure cases depends on whether the defendant is trying to work something out with the bank or the lender, whether things get put on hold or not because they're working on some loss mitigation efforts or trying to resolve things. The case goes through fast track and probably takes for residential, if nobody is trying to work anything out and there's no defense, probably takes about 13 or 14 months to go from beginning to end. I've got a case, it's an '04 case that's still on my docket, but that's a bunch of complicated reasons. But it takes some time, and Illinois is a lean state, so it takes to go through the whole judicial process, as opposed to some states where that judicial process isn't necessary, and you can go from beginning to end in a foreclosure in 3 or 4 months. Well, it makes me wonder in those states what kind of protections the homeowner is having. So I'm very glad we're in Illinois where there are due process protections for the homeowners.
No, listen, I'm glad it is. Listen, it's a sad thing, and sometimes it has to happen. There's no question about it. But at least it sounds. Are people able to live in their homes that time while?
Oh, usually, yes. They're still in their homes. Not always, but much of the time, yes, that is the case.
Yeah. Wow, that's tough stuff. But it sounds like that letter's a real tribute to you. I have to give.
Well, thank you. And I felt, like I said, I felt great when I read that letter, because in a service business, you don't get compliments. You get complaints and gripes. And ask anybody who's in retail, any manager in retail, they will tell you that. And it was a great feeling when I opened that letter and read it.
No, that's definitely nice. And listen, I know in my business, it's like if people contact me, usually it's to complain and not to. I wish I heard more high praise, but if somebody wants to complain, they're very vocal.
But the way I run my courtroom, and I think I may have told you this before, is as the golden rule teaches me. I treat everybody who steps before me in my courtroom the way I would hope they would treat me if I were in their home or office. And that's the only way I know how to operate. It's what my faith teaches me to do, and that's the way I work.
No, it sounds real good. You have a website?
I do, electjudgeswanson.com.
electjudgeswanson.com, and of course you can see the spelling on his name under the screen. Are you into Facebook at all? Do you do any of that stuff? Or
no, actually, as a new judge in the county's new judges school, the sheriff security people said we should avoid being on using the social media.
Probably a good idea.
Good reason. If I had a Facebook page, all I need is somebody to like me and I not know that, and all of a sudden that person ends up on one side of a case before me, or as a lawyer on one side, and there's a conflict of interest that I never knew anything about. So no, I avoid them.
So electjudgeswanson.com.
Yes.
Judge Alfred Swanson, running for the Circuit Court of Cook County. Thank you very much, and good luck in the election.
Thank you, Avi. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure.